Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the LA housing market and how it could be shifting into a buyer's market. We're going to take a look at the month supply of inventory, active listings, median home value, what's it done for the last few years relative to the entire state of California, as well as take a look at where prices could be going in the second half of this year, as well as into 2026. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ian Phillips. I'm a realtor in Southern California, and I love everything housing data. So I'm uploading weekly videos diving into the market, letting people know what's going on in the economy and how it relates to the housing market as well. So if you like this video, subscribe for more and let's get straight into the data. All right, let's take a look at Los Angeles. So this is the seller's market versus buyer's market gauge. And I've been monitoring this all year and it has been on a steady change toward a balanced market, and in my opinion, by the end of this year, it's going to be in a buyer's market. We're already starting to see a few cities in Southern California that are in deep buyer's market territory, and how this is measured is essentially with days on market, month supply of inventory, active listings relative to pending listings. So that's what we're going to take a look at in this video and kind of see how quickly we could be shifting into a buyer's market. So month supply of inventory right now is approaching 5, which is getting to that more normal market, which is why we're almost in a balanced market. We'll take a look at the sold to list price, median days on market, and the median sold price in the charts and actually see a little more in detail with what's going on. So the median estimated value in LA is $971,000. And as you can see, what's very interesting relative to the entire state of California, which is this yellow line right here, is that LA has been underperforming California as a whole. Prices peaked around 2022 at $1,033,000 and got all the way down to $927,000, which is around a 10% drop in just 1 year. And now where we stand at $971,000, we're still well below that peak in 2022. So prices have been going down for around 3 years. Now, sure, over the last year, year and a half, prices are up very modestly, but relative to where they were in 2022, we're still at around a 5% drop. And as you can see in the state of California, prices are back to their levels in 2022. So LA has been seeing higher inventory while buyer demand is declining relative to the entire state of California. Now, LA, 0.8% year over year price increase, fairly irrelevant. Month over month, down 0.7%. Now, what I want to take a look at are the active listings, because that is going to tell us where things could be headed over the next year or two. And active listings right now, a little under 3,500 homes available for sale. And back in 2020, we had around 4,000 homes on the market. So we are getting back to those levels where mortgage rates were around 2.5% to 3%. Now where we stand with 7% mortgage rates, who knows how soon those are going to go down. But inventory getting to the levels where houses were significantly more affordable in terms of the monthly payment is absolutely going to have downward pressure on home values. And in my opinion, we're not going to see new highs in LA for probably another 3 years. I'm constantly having people reach out wanting to sell their place in LA and move to other parts of California, like Orange County, where I live, that is seeing significantly more demand relative to Los Angeles. Now, the median days on market, why I didn't touch on this sooner, because this measures all active listings. And right now, days on market is around 50, which is still considered a slight seller's market. But at the beginning of the year, we were around 42. And as you can see, every single time without fail, days on market skyrockets at the end of the year. 2024, it was 80 days, 2023, 80 days, 2022, 80 days, 2021, 91 days on market. In my opinion, end of this year, we're probably going to be between 80 and 100 days on market, which would put us into a buyer's market, which is why that gauge that I showed in the beginning has been shifting all year. We are seeing days on market increase while active listings are also increasing. Remember, number of properties at the beginning of this year, there were 2,700 homes on the market. Right now, there's 3,400. On top of that, in 2022, there were under 2,000 homes available for sale. So inventory is up 75% in a matter of 3 years. If that trend continues, you're going to see LA change into a buyer's market. Let's take a look at pending listings. 900 homes in escrow. This is a measure of buyer demand. More homes that are in escrow more buyers that are shopping. So when you take into consideration whether a market is in a buyer's or a seller's market, you need to take a look at active listings relative to pending listings. And LA is painting a picture that we are going to continue trending toward a buyer's market. Take a look, active listings, we saw that has been increasing all year, and pending listings are starting to decline. We are down from 1,030 homes in escrow to now 918. And if this trend continues declining for the rest of the year, while active listings are increasing, you're going to see significantly more price cuts, at least more than what we've been seeing for the last 2 to 3 years, which in turn will drive the median home value down for the city of Los Angeles. Number of sold listings, another indicator that we keep an eye on to determine buyer demand, and that is starting to decline. April, we had 770 homes purchased, and now in May, 712. So if this continues declining, similar to pending listings, which pending listings is a early indicator as to what sold listings are going to do. Obviously, fewer homes in escrow the previous month will equate to fewer homes being sold the following month. So in my expectation, this will continue declining, as will pending sales. Sold to list price, this is an interesting one to me. We actually have been increasing since the start of the year. So in January, on average, homes were selling for a little over 1% below list price. And then in March, a little over 100%. So whatever the home is listed for, that's what it sold for on average. And now we are starting to roll over. But keep in mind, this could be a little bit of a skewed indicator, because if more sellers are being realistic with their home's value and listing it for slightly below market value, then that home could sell for 0.5%, 1% over list price. So this is something that you can monitor, but it's not that relevant. More relevant is active listings, pending listings, and sold listings. All of those numbers will give us an idea of where the median home value is going to go for the next couple years. Month supply of inventory, probably the most important set of data that you can monitor no matter what market you are in. As a buyer or a seller, this is the absolute best data set that you can keep an eye on to determine how whatever you are doing is going to be impacted, whether you're buying or selling. As month supply of inventory increases, as a buyer, you likely have significantly more negotiating power. As a seller, expect your home to sit on the market for longer. What this is showing is the overall demand in that market. So as month supply increases, active listings are increasing while demand is declining. So when you get month supply of inventory at the beginning of the year going from 3.9 to now almost 4.9, we are seeing significantly more sellers than buyers in Los Angeles. And that is very relevant to 2022, when we had under 2 months of available supply. That was when inventory was at a record low. And now we're seeing inventory catch up to pre-pandemic levels, and same with month supply of inventory. So if this continues going up, expect price reductions. As a buyer, start writing offers 5% below list price. If the home has been sitting on the market for 30, 60, 90 days, no price cut, it's very obviously overpriced. As a seller, you need to have the expectation that there's less buyers shopping right now. Inventory is up substantially over the last couple years. Mortgage rates are still at 7%. So if you are listing your house for the wishful thinking price, which is what I like to call it, and you just only want to sell if you get that price, it's not going to sell. You need to be a little more realistic with whatever you are listing your home for, and have the expectation that if you're listing it a little above what you actually think it's going to sell for, you're going to have to drop the price, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, depending on how overvalued that home is. When you're talking to a realtor, get an idea of what your market is doing. See how long they expect the home to sit on the market, and have them monitor every single month the change in the data so that you can adjust accordingly. If you're looking for a realtor in the area, reach out. I'd love to chat. We can go over a game plan and see what makes the most sense for you. But that's it for the Los Angeles housing market. My opinion, things are going to continue to shift in favor of buyers, and sellers need to be aware of this. If you're a buyer, don't get yourself into a bidding war. This is not the market to be overpaying for a home. This is a market where you're shopping for deals. As a seller, your home is absolutely going to sit on the market longer than it has been for the last 3 years. There's just more competition out there for homes available for sale, while there's less buyers. That is very relevant in the month supply of inventory. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.